everyone. My name is Al-Zahra Saad Muhammad. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq. My poem is Everything Needs Attention. In one of not the best days, the sky is neither blue nor white. Stars communicate with the flowers by their light, to explain to them that they became never bright. The flowers replay that they live the same case. According to the flowers, they will have no space. Stars suggest that they will discuss this issue tonight to search for the bright. The solution is the replacement. While no one knows the details of the argument, people are busy how to conspire, confused, and it's hard to make them inspire. No suspense, because writers lost their powers. The stars determine to take the place of the flowers. This change will last for days or hours. In return of that, flowers try to be in the sky. However, people keep ignoring and never ask why. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hassan. I'm from Iraq. In this video, I will read my work. This device will reduce the suicide rates in the world. It also provides opportunities to travel around the world without the need to cut tickets and wait for flights, and without wasting time waiting and rotting. All what you need to do is connect the device and think about the place or situation you want to travel into. Then press the button at the right time. The device is the size of palm or larger and is attached to a rubber accessory that contains inside its electrical cells that interact with the nerves in some way. So the device will be able to reach the dreams and imaginations of the user. Then the signals connected to the device are processed in complex way, so the device emits a whistle that the user hears and presses a button in the device to store the dream data and keep his soul and feelings inside the dream. Thus, he will continue to live in this state that he always wished to live in. The device will ensure that the user does not feel the effects of hunger, thirst, and various other sensations that may disturb the peace of living in dreams and his feeling. So, thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Shirin Safa. I'm living in Iraq, Baghdad, and here is my story. In a small village near the dark forest was living a very bad witch using the black magic. She was like a real diva. She wants to kill all the people and bring her monster back from the underworld. That was her plan, to rule the forest and the village, but she needs her monsters. So, with her black magic, she make a stick from bones and blood and a little of poison from a snake. She make an invention to traveling in time, but in her own way. With this stick, she create a door which is allow her to travel to the underworld. While she opened the magical door, the brave lumberjack saw her, but he was too late because she let all her monsters to cross to the forest and started attacking all the people and killed many of them. The lumberjack knows that her power now all in her stick, so if he wants to kill her, he should destroy the stick. While she was busy killing people, the brave man came behind her and hit her head and used her stick to back all the monsters to the underworld with their witch and destroy her stick, and then they live happily live forever.
Hello, I am Karar Jassim from Iraq. I live in Baghdad. My story is titled Listen to the Advice Carefully and Don't Follow It All. My father told me soon listen to the advice carefully but don't follow it all. When I was young, I did not know the meaning of this phrase, which he later told me was very important and when I grow up, I know that I must listen to all the advice, but carefully, but I do not follow them all, because the counselor does not know what your particular case is. For example, anyone who went to advise you will give you advice on the basis of what happened to him, and not on the basis of what will happen to you. A lot of things happened to me that made me know that not all of other pupils' advice was helpful. When my professor advised me at a university, he told me not to leave this school year because it will causes your frustration. His point was correct, but not in my case. I left this school year on time, but after that, when I went back to studying at the university, it was very useful to me.
Hello, my name is Hassan Faisal Ghazi. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq. I will read my story. One day I was returning home after a long drive in the desert. I was very thirsty. There was not much water. On the way back, I found a very sick bird. Due to extreme thirst, I could only carry it with me, hoping to find some water for it. People were riding camels to move from one region to another, and then one of them passed on my way riding his camel, and I asked him to carry me with him, and he agreed to that. After that, many dinosaurs appeared in front of us that almost burned us and continued to chase us for a long distance. But we quickly avoided that until we got to my house. After that, I gave the bird water to drink and fed him until he was in a good health. And then he started to fly, but he became not far from me. After he completes his flight, he returned home and never leaves me.
It's been hard to breathe lately, not when it feels like ropes are being knotted and pulled from each and every corner of my neck, not when the air feels like needles scrubbing their way to my lungs, just like how the vegetable baskets scrub my back while I carry them from the small farm where I work into the city. Except that my back's injury lessens when I put some oil on it, while the needles in my lungs just keep hurting me more and more as time goes by. I heard the man I delivered vegetables to once say that the night exists so it could help us have the peace we wish for during the day, to forget how unfair life could be, but I guess I can't relate to this. All that night brought me was the voices of crushed glass, cries, whimpers, and among all that, you could make out the sound of the horse whip hitting my flesh, making the needles in my lungs dig their way deeper and deeper in my chest. I guess the money I made wasn't enough for the man who brought me to this life anymore. And it's between the pain of my body, the bleed of my needle chest, and the screaming in my head, blaming me for being this weak, asking me what I did for the world to be hurt like this. I drift to sleep, wishing for somebody to save me. It's the holiday season, and the students were back from their schools to celebrate with their families. I hate this time of the year. It makes me drown in the what ifs, makes me wish for more when I don't deserve more than what I have, and as I crossed the bridge, the voice in my head wondered what it would feel like to just jump into the river and end it all, to end the pain, the needles that kept eating my skin, to free my neck from the ropes that kept tightening their knots around me. It hurt so much, but then again I don't do it. I'm too weak, just like the voice said, or maybe a part of me still hopes to be saved.
Hello, my name is Mohammed Mahmoud. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq, and this is my story, The Old Man. She was there every time I got back home, telling her about my day, how everyone outside wanted to rip my soul, how everyone wanted to take my glory, how they always want me to fail. Then I see you, with your shining skin, smiling like no one did before. You are giving the world new definitions of beauty, sitting by your side, your smell filling the room, like a breeze of a daffodil. After a long conversation, we go to sleep and wake up the next morning, alone, asking everyone about you, shocked by their answers. All the same, she is dead. This was the message sent by an old man living alone in his house to his late wife's house address. He couldn't accept the idea of her death. One day a young man came to his door and said, I can let you see her, if you accepted my offer. The old man accepted at once, without even thinking of the consequences. What is the worst thing might happen to an old man who lost his beloved? He said. The young man was an inventor who invented a device which uses electric strikes to produce an amount of adrenaline that allows the mind to retrieve all memories in details, no matter how old are they. Yet the device was never tested on a human being. 2 days later, the young man came with a chair like a dentist chair, with so many wires. After he gave the old man a contract to sign, and he did without hesitation. They started the test. The old man lay down with hundreds of wires on his body, yet no feelings of fear. The young man counted the 1, 2, 3. The old man died after 2 days. No one knows what happened and what the device did. The young man was disappointed because he couldn't prove that his device is working. Days, months, and even years. The young man is old now. His wife died. This reminded him of that day. He went to the abandoned house where he found a letter. Thank you for your device. I saw my wife and she said thank you too. The old man.
Thank all three of you for being so creative, for being so sensitive as readers, so supportive, and really tremendous writing this week. So I really hope that you will reach out to each other and be a support for each other and keep building on this writing that you've been doing, because it has been truly great. So thank you very much for spending these 4 weeks with me. Keep writing, keep reading. Support each other. I love you guys. Bye-bye.
So we love you, Professor.
You too. Goodbye.
We will miss you.
Bye-bye. I miss you already.